The wheels of the SUV hummed steadily against the dark highway as the Johnson family made their way home after a long, magical day at Universal Studios. The theme park's bright lights and thrilling rides had left everyone exhausted. In the front seat, Sarah and Tom, the parents, were engaged. Quiet conversations while their 8-year-old daughter, KK, sat in the back, clutching her stuffed unicorn, a souvenir from the park. The clock on the dashboard glowed at 11:43 p.m. The road stretched out ahead, a black ribbon bordered by dense trees. Except for the occasional oncoming car, they were alone. KK stared out her window, her eyes growing heavy. But just as her lids began to close, she froze. Something flickered in the shadows beside the car. A face, pale, painted white with a sinister red grin and dark, sunken eyes. "Mom! Dad!" KK's voice broke the silence. "I just saw a clown! I just saw a mean, evil clown!" Tom glanced in the rearview mirror with a tired smile. "A clown? On a highway? Honey, you must be dreaming." "No, I saw it. It was right outside, Daddy. It was right outside my window." KK's voice trembled, but Sarah turned to reassure her. "Sweetheart, it's late. You're probably just imagining things. Try to rest. We'll be home soon." KK sank back into her seat, her tiny hands gripping a unicorn tighter. She knew what she'd seen. Minutes passed and she kept her eyes glued to the window, scanning the trees and shadows. Then she saw it. The same clown running alongside the car, its lanky body lurching unnaturally, its painted face turned toward her, a grin stretching wider and wider. KK gasped and ducked down, heart pounding. "Mom! Dad! It's back! Mom! Dad! It's back!" Sarah signed, turning to Tom. "She's just overtired. We should have left early." KK sat up desperate. "I'm not lying. It's real." Tom chuckled. "If there's a clown out there, maybe he's just hitchhiking from the circus, KK." But KK wasn't laughing. She squeezed her eyes shut, wishing it would go away. Yet every time she peeked, it was there, sometimes in the trees, sometimes closer, its eyes glowing, fixed on her, and then it vanished. The highway became eerily quiet, the only sound the tires on the asphalt. KK tried to stay calm, telling herself it was over. Maybe her parents was right. Maybe she was just seeing things. But suddenly, Tom slammed on the brakes, throwing everyone forward. The SUV screeched to a halt, its headlights flooding the road ahead. Standing in the middle of the highway was the clown. There was no illusion. The figure was grotesquely real, its stained costume hanging off its gangly frame, its head tilted to the side, eyes gleaming in the headlights like those of a predator. It didn't move, just stared, its grin impossibly wide. "What the hell?" Tom muttered, gripping the steering wheel tightly. Sarah gasped, her hand flying to her mouth. Is that? KK's voice was a terrified whisper. "I told you, Mommy and Daddy. I told you, Mommy and Daddy." The clown raised a hand and waved a slow, mocking gesture. "Tom, just go around it. Tom, just go around it," Sarah urged, her voice shaking. Tom nodded, his jaw clenched, and he steered the car to the side. But as soon as they started moving, the clown lunged at the vehicle, slamming his hands on the hood. Sarah screamed as Tom swerved, the car lurching violently. The clown's face loomed at the windshield, its smile twisted into a snarl. KK cried out, clutching her unicorn as tears streamed down her face. "Make it go away, Daddy! Make it go away!" Hit the gas, the SUV roaring forward. The clown rolled off the hood and disappeared into the darkness behind them. They sped down the highway, hearts racing, the eerie silence broken only by Sarah's shaky breaths and KK sobs. Tom checked the rearview mirror, half expecting to see the clown chasing him, but the road was empty. "Is it gone? Is it gone?" Sarah whispered. Tom didn't answer. He couldn't be sure. They drove the rest of the way in tense silence, the comforting familiarity of their neighborhood finally coming into view. When they pulled into the driveway, Tom stepped out first, scanning the shadows around the house. Sarah hurried KK inside, locking the doors behind them. That night, none of them slept. Every creak, every rustle outside felt like the clown coming back. And as KK lay in the bed, staring at her bedroom window, she swore she saw a pale, painted face watching her from the darkness. And that night haunts them. It haunts them for the rest of their days.